This video today is going to be about the perfect lawn. Hello and welcome back to the Lawn Association YouTube channel. Please like the video, please subscribe, and please feel free to comment as well of anything that you might have to say. We're going to obviously do quite a lot more of these videos. This video today is going to be about the perfect lawn. Now, the perfect lawn is quite an interesting area, and it's something quite close to my heart actually, because I don't believe the perfect lawn actually exists. I think your perfect lawn very much does. And in the UK, we have a number of different types of lawns. We have lots of people that what I'd call very, very enthusiastic about their lawns, spend an enormous amount of hours manicuring it, as we saw with the recent Channel 5 TV program. But not everybody wants a lawn like that. Not everybody wants to spend that amount of time. So in the UK, we've got what I'd call two fundamentally different types of lawns. As you can see on this one here, we're in the middle of January. It looks green, but on closer inspection, it's incredibly thin. This is what is known as a modern lawn. This is a ryegrass lawn. It's not maintained very well for that purpose, because it can be a lot of work. But you'll find that you can only buy this turf nowadays, primarily when you get a new build. So it's a modern lawn, but it has problems and it has issues. And I certainly feel quite strongly about those. But we also have what we call a traditional lawn. Now, a traditional lawn is basically a lawn that's covered in what I would call native grasses. And the beauty of these grasses is that they've been around for a long, long time. So they've adapted to the way our environment changes. They've adapted to the different weather it gets and the traffic and goodness knows what else. They're really good plants that cover 99% of our country. They're in fields, they're on verges, but they're native. They like to grow here. This is what we call a football pitch grass. This was designed for the football industry and the sports industry, where people are maintaining them 365 days a year. That's great if you want to maintain your lawn like a football pitch and 365 days a year. However, the majority of people don't. And if you don't, this sort of grass can give you a little bit of problem. We'll talk about some of them at some other stage. So on a modern lawn, as you can see, ryegrass is the dominant plant on here. And you can see that it's very, very open. This is typical of a ryegrass sward in the winter time, especially for someone who doesn't actually care for their lawn that much, but still wants a lawn, still wants it green, still wants it healthy, still wants it doing all the environmental benefits. But as you can see, with the openness, you do get a lot of weed grasses come in, you get weeds, and as you can see here, we get the moss plants coming in as well. And if we just pan round to here, you can even see some of what we would call weed grasses, annual meadow grass, seeding in the middle of January. So these are great lawns. They give you a lot of vertical growth, which generally ends up in your compost bins. Not always the greatest for plant density, and having a lawn for 12 months a year. But let's go and have a look at what we would call a traditional lawn. Maybe not as green, but it still has some great benefits. So 20 meters away from the modern lawn is this lawn, and this is what we call traditional, native traditional lawn. Been down for a long, long time, and it's full of our native grasses. And if you look down at it even now, the sward is much denser, and that's because these plants completely grow in a different way to our new modern ryegrasses. So modern ryegrasses, you'll get a lot of vertical growth, as I say, but one plant stays as one plant forever. When you come to a native species lawn like this that's got bents and fescues, one plant can turn into hundreds sometimes. They're prunable, and they're grass that work for you. The canopy, even now in January, is still dense. I could get the mower out quite easily today and wouldn't make a mess. If I was on my modern lawn, generally speaking, I would probably make some mess. I'd probably do some damage to the soils, and you know, that's not something that we particularly want to do, especially if we want to look after our lawn. So this is traditional, maybe not as dark green, maybe not as vivid green as it can be, but that's the perfect lawn. So here you can see what we call a traditional lawn, full of bent grass and fescues, native grasses that are growing out on our verges, in our fields, in fact, as I say, covering most of the country. And because they grow very differently to ryegrass, as you can see here, they give you a lot more density. So they're a plant that work for you. So all the energy tends to go sideways as we prune it, as opposed to in our compost bin if you use the sort of ryegrasses. So even here you can see plenty of density, and if I wanted to, and probably should, get out with my lawnmower and tidy this lawn up a little bit. And at the association, one of the things about the learning course is really to give you the platform to understand what grasses you might have, what expectations you might have for your lawn as well, and what benefits you can get from some of the operations that you're going to do. So at the association, we're here to sort of make you understand that there are many different ways to make your perfect lawn. So when it comes to scarifying your lawn, for example, lots of people have videos about how to scarify a lawn. We'll tell you why and what the benefits are, how often you may need to do it, what grass species are going to benefit from it, and you'll be able to determine whether you've got them in your lawn. You know, when it comes to aeration, you know, lots of people use mythical little things like the garden fork for aerating a lawn. Fundamentally, you'll get a very small amount of benefit for if you've got the wrong type of soil, for example. So you'll learn not just what type of aeration is going to benefit, what it's going to do to your lawn soils, how it's going to improve it. So the online learning course that we've set up is really to give you a fantastic sort of platform so that you can actually take it forward as much as you wish to get your own perfect lawn. So when you join our mailing list, for example, you get a couple of fantastic downloads. The first one is a 12-month planner. So if you struggle to put a plan together, you can sort of use this as your basis. The other download as well is what we call the Ultimate Mowing Guide. So for anyone that's sort of mowing lawns for a living or just wants to pick up some new knowledge, it's an incredibly comprehensive piece on how to maintain your lawn, how to mow your lawn. Really, really useful. So when you join as a professional member, you get some amazing things as well. The first one is that you immediately join what we call our buying group. And the purpose of the buying group is really to get the best products at the best available prices. So we've got a huge range, continuing range actually, of new products and innovative tools, things like that, coming to the market that you'll be able to get discount from. You'll also be able to take the online learning course, which is included in it. So anyway, thanks for watching. It's getting a little bit cold out here, so if you can like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. We've got lots and lots more videos to come. Some of them are going to be about, you know, the online learning course, how all that can work as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and get some soup. I'm freezing cold. So see you soon.